Welcome back to Where Wine Takes You, the show where the bottles have the backstories, the vineyards have attitude, and the Paso Robles wine country, the best wine country on earth, it keeps finding new ways to make you fall in love with it. I'm Adam Montiel, and today we are going downtown. And not downtown as in, hey, let's kill 20 minutes before dinner. No, I'm talking downtown Paso as its own little wine country universe, where you can walk from Spanish varietals to Pinot Noir, from barbecue smoke to rooftop cocktails, from a sidewalk stroll to a glass that kind of makes you stop talking for a second and just take it in. Today's episode recorded at SLO CAL Studios, and I'm excited about this conversation with two guys who help explain why downtown Paso feels the way it does right now. Ray Smith of Indiginé Cellars, also Enrique Torres of Diablo Paso. Two stories that are completely different, but also strangely, beautifully similar. Both these guys were in the wine business long before they put their own names, their own nerves, and their own money and their own hearts, all of it on a bottle of their own. Enrique came to Paso in 2001, started at the former Martin Weyrich winery, worked his way up from cellar rat to cellar master to assistant winemaker, and eventually built Diablo Paso around Spanish varietals. Hard work and a very real pursuit of success without losing your life at home. Then there is Ray Smith, Indiginé Cellars, Oakland-born, Paso-rooted, a man who spent years behind the scenes, bottling and production before creating wines that feel like they're always chasing place, texture, and that essence you can't fake. And Ray has one of my favorite lines in this whole episode talking about him and Enrique saying, "We started from the mud." And that's this episode right here. No corporate gloss, no tasting room that feels like a bank with a cheese board. Just two makers, two downtown rooms, two very specific points of view, and a whole lot of proof that Paso's magic doesn't only live out on a vineyard somewhere. Sometimes it's 50 feet away from the next tasting room right there off the park. That's real. I mean, that is small business right there, but that's hospitality, and that is Paso. Now, before we step into the room with Ray and Enrique of Indigené and Diablo, respectively, let's take a little walk through what is making noise in Paso right now. It is time for your Paso Wine Wire.
The Paso Wine Wire.
First up, big Paso love on the links. Remember that Austin Hope charity golf tournament I told you about? I love emceeing this event. It is so much fun. They raised, this just came out, $167,000 on a Thursday afternoon for Must Charities during a sold-out day at Hunter Ranch Golf Course. And that is very Paso, because yes, there's golf, and of course, yes, there's wine. But underneath all that, this thing has become a legit community engine. Hosted by Austin Hope, Hope Family Wines, the tournament now has raised, listen to this, $960,000 since being reestablished in 2015. That means they're basically one good drive, maybe one good pour, from cracking $1 million for local impact right here. Super cool. That is so awesome. Money goes to Must Charities, which has been doing a big strategic long-haul work for children, families, nonprofits throughout San Luis Obispo County. That is the good stuff. Next up, Paris Valley Road, bringing some serious summer flirt to sparkling wine. I love this. Their new experience is called Sip and Sparkle, and it's being billed as Paso's first customizable sparkling spritz experience. And say that a few times fast, which basically means you get the bubbles, you get the mixers, and then you get to play a little. Guests get 3 pours of Paris Valley Road sparkling wine paired with seasonal fruit and botanical mixers created by Chef Joe White. We're talking flavor combos like strawberry dragon fruit, key lime, orange, vanilla, rose, pineapple, yuzu. I mean, come on, they got all kinds of flavors they're working with there. And I like the spirit of this. Sparkling wine, one, can get treated like it needs its own formal invitation, a wedding, an anniversary, New Year's. Somebody got promoted. Somebody finally texted you back. I don't know. But Doug, the winemaker at Paris Valley Road, he put it perfectly. Sparkling wine should be enjoyed anytime. Amen, Doug. Summer in Paso, a glass of bubbles, a little botanical mischief, I'm about it. And I think this whole idea of taking some of these wines, putting them in cocktails, this might be a really helpful way to get that next generation into what we've been knowing about and talking about for a long time. So kudos to Paris Valley Road. I love this.
The Paso Wine Wire.
All right, still ahead on today's show, we are keeping the Paso summer energy going big with a quick Travel Paso spotlight on the 4th of July. That's in Paso on, of course, well, the 4th of July. And look, Paso just does the 4th right. It's not too precious. It's not too buttoned up. Just big, beautiful, family-friendly night at Barney Schwartz Park with good food, live music, kids running around like they just found out sugar is legal, and a fireworks show that will light up the Paso sky. We'll talk all about it in our Travel Paso Spotlight. And for your next adventure, make sure you check out travelpaso.com, whether you're planning on a wine weekend, a foodie escape, a downtown tasting room crawl, or maybe you're just trying to figure out where to watch the sky explode in red, white, and blue on Saturday. Travel Paso has everything you need to sip, stay, and explore like a local. See what's happening right now at travelpaso.com. All right, today's chat, one of those that reminds you why Paso works. Not just because of the soil, not just because of the weather, not just because somebody figured out a long time ago that Cab, Grenache, Tempranillo, Albarino, Syrah, and a whole lot of other sexy little grapes, love it here. Paso works because of the people, the ones that show up early, stay late, that figure it out, that help each other, and somehow build something that feels personal. Even when the odds, the inventory, the shipping costs, the payroll, the glass prices, and the godforsaken social media algorithm are all looking at you like, yeah, good luck, babe. That's where today's guests come in. Enrique Torres, he is the man behind Diablo Paso. He came here to Paso in 2001, starting at the former Martin Weyrich winery. That's old school. And when I say starting, I mean starting. Talking cellar rat. From there, Enrique worked his way up. Today, he is the head winemaker at Cali Paso Winery, with Diablo Paso as his own personal love letter to Spanish varietals. And that brand name, yeah, Diablo, that was his nickname as a kid. Apparently, our guy had a little troublemaker energy. And then there's Ray Smith of Indiginé Cellars. Ray, born in Oakland, found his way to Paso and built his wine life from the production side out. He wasn't just a guy who woke up and once said, you know what would be cute? A label. No, I mean, Ray built and operated mobile bottling lines. He was behind the scenes for years, pulling up to wineries, bottling other people's dreams, tasting fruit, tasting wine, learning vineyards, learning people, and learning what place does inside a bottle. Eventually, that became Indiginé Cellars. I can't wait to introduce you to both these guys. And it turns out they go way back. Ray was bottling back when Enrique was coming up. Enrique helped Ray when he was getting his downtown tasting room going, you're going to hear. And now their tasting rooms are about 50 feet apart. 50 feet. That's not a wine trail. That's a wine hallway. Two totally different experiences, but same hustle, same heart. Ready to go? Let's dive in.
So give me that moonshine, we'll get by. We fast on round till the job is done. Camped out in the trees, we'll simplify good company.
Cheers, friends.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
This is going to be cool. To downtown. We got to sip.
Yeah.
To downtown Paso. To two stories that I think are really, well, completely unique, but also very similar in their hustle. First of all, it's great to catch up with you, my man. Ray, how's it been?
Everything's good, man. Life just kind of transcends with the wine industry, and everything that I do in the business seems like it kind of dictates what I'm doing with my regular day-to-day operations, and things are good. Yeah.
When you look at where things are at right now, how does a brand of your size, what is your day-to-day like? What's on your mind? What's keeping you up at night? What are you relishing? What are you thankful for right now?
To try to stay ahead, to get a certain amount of time, not so much money, but time invested in the social media and marketing. Stay abreast of your inventory and what's moving faster than you thought or what's not moving as much.
Oh, that's interesting.
And keeping the tasting room, which is what feeds your direct-to-consumer window, keeping it updated and keeping it full and knowing how much time to spend there, your actual self compared to employees.
Yeah, that's another interesting dynamic that I wouldn't have put in there, because like when you're there, and I always talk about this idea of a business being people dependent versus system dependent.
Right.
And when Ray is behind the bar at Indigené, I mean, shit's popping, right? I mean, it's fun. It's a scene. People are hanging out. I mean, you got this, you're like running this like almost this like, it's not a show, but it's like, it's this scene that can't happen when you're not there. But you want an Indigené that doesn't need to be Ray dependent.
Exactly.
You want a system dependent business, right? All business owners do.
Right.
So how do you kind of walk that line of being, wow, I'm the personality behind the brand. I'm the biggest, proponent. I'm the mover. I'm the conversation maker. But when I have, fill in the blank of who's behind the bar, I want it to be just as effective.
Right. Well, it's investing time in your employees. You have to be aware of actually what you're offering and what people appreciate when you're there, and then being able to extend that to your employees. The ladies that work with me are way better at sales. They're way better at that. I mean, they're just so much better. Yeah. But then when you look at the analytics, it always seems it could be 40% more when you're at the tasting room, which is a heartbreaker, because
I know
it's great for money, but you want to be able to have a life too. You
need to.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting dynamic. Wow.
Yeah.
Enrique, take me to Diablo Paso and take me into some of the things that, just like Ray, but might be your, concerns, things you're grateful for, the pulse of what's going on right now.
Well, like what Raymond say, try to have a life too, a lot to be behind the bar, explain to people what we do, what a lot to do. But again, like what Raymond say, I had two people, amazing employees that they represent me, and that way I can go home and have a nice dinner.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Take me behind the scenes of Diablo Paso. How did everything start with you? And what I love about both of your stories is both of you guys were working in this biz a while before you started putting your own name on a brand.
Yeah, so I started dreaming about this brand back in 2005 and telling everyone I'm going to have my own brand. And it took me all the way into 2012 to make my first Tempranillo. Yeah. And here I am. I'm still in the industry. I'm the head winemaker at Cali Paso Winery, and this is my side project. Yeah.
Okay, great. I got it. All right. Cali Paso, that's a beautiful property.
It is.
That's
it's the old Martin Weyrich.
Yes. And then they had that, what do they call it back in the day? Like Via Toscana?
Yeah.
It was this just beautiful accommodations.
It's a beautiful place.
Way ahead of its time, too.
Yeah.
Like it was super luxury before we even saw other things of luxury yet in Paso. It was ahead of its time.
Yeah, so I started my career actually with Martin Weyrich back in 2001.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cellar rat to become,
you too?
Yeah.
I was his bottler.
No way.
I knew Enrique way back then.
That's a trip, because you started, Ray, doing bottling lines for companies.
Yeah.
So you would bring your mobile units and pull up to the back of XYZ and do their bottling day.
Right. And it's weird because when we talked about doing this, I thought about, man, Enrique, I remember so long ago, and we've never not seen each other. And then even when I changed to starting the winery and getting the tasting room downtown, he was so instrumental in getting me this, getting me that, telling me how to do this, to getting this.
Wow, cool.
So yeah, we've never not seen each other from way back in the day.
Yeah. So you're working back at Martin Weyrich, which a lot of people don't even know that. I mean, if you're OG, you do, but I mean, it's been a little minute since we've heard that and seen it on the bottles. But gosh, remember Martin Weyrich had this Moscato
Allegro. Yeah.
Dude, it was that different shape, long
gateway.
Neck. It was a gateway, and they made a lot of it, and it was so popular.
Yes.
Yeah.
We used to make I think like 70,000 cases.
Is that right?
That stuff. Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That stuff was good. We would always buy it. It would make a bottle of sparkling wine go longer because you just kind of do half and half.
Yeah.
A like hot tub cocktail with them. It's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's so cool. So you've been here for a minute, long time, and you go at some point, 2005, I'm dreaming of this. I'm going to get it. And how did you finally get your hands on some Tempranillo?
So one of the growers is like, I'll give you a ton to play with.
Who did that? What? I love that.
Tony Domingos, a good friend.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I say, I made 2 barrels, and That's how the whole game started, you know?
No way.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you got 50 cases of wine and you just now I got to sell it, right? Now
That's
I got to move it.
And so it took me from 2012. I opened my tester in 2016.
Yeah. So it took a couple years.
Yeah.
How do you go from selling 50 cases? How do you figure out, okay, what do I got to price it at? What do I got to do this, I got to do that, just to, because I just want to get enough to do it again.
Yeah.
Right, do it again. Then 4 years later we got a tasting room. So that's some pretty cool, exciting scalability.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been great with being downtown, like the wineries right now we're talking about, it was 33 right now, Raymond. That's a lot. We were
a few
one
years
of the
ago.
few ones.
Yeah. It was probably like you, LXV.
Yeah, obviously Raymond, Pianata.
Pianata, they've been there for a long time, right?
Tudor was their tour, but now it's like a lot. Yeah.
Well, and another thing, Enrique, you're starting to see some of the big dogs see the value of downtown.
Yes.
You see Austin Hope, you see Justin.
Yeah.
Of course, the Cereal made its choice.
Cereal as well.
To be there. So like some of these dogs who like play in bigger circles, they're like, no, there's very, very.
There's a lot.
And you guys paved the way for that value. People say, yeah, people are coming down to taste here. They're coming down to walk around. Maybe they got a half hour before their Fish Gaucho reservations kick in, or, before they're going to head to Jeffrey's or whatever it is. And they're tasting.
They are, yeah. So
super
it's
cool.
Great. Yeah.
When tell me what it's like to walk into Diablo Paso. Well, first of all, where exactly are we? And then how does the tasting go down?
So we're located in 1220 Park Street in downtown. And what we do, we specialize Spanish varieties, grow here in the area. And in Paso mostly. American Albarino, that grows here in San Luis Obispo, but that's where we specialize.
Yeah.
You'll find Carignan, Graciano, Mataro, Garnacha, all the good stuff.
That's cool. All the good stuff.
Yeah.
That Carignan is a fun one, isn't it?
Yes. I started making it from the Ducey family, Pepper Street, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah. Still great Carignan. Yeah. I love what they do with it, too. Yeah. So Diablo Paso, Diablo is what, devil, right?
Yes, it's devil. So I used that name because that was my nickname when I was a kid. I was troublemaker.
Diablo?
Yeah. And Paso because Paso Robles, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. So then take me to how far you are. So I guess if you're on that side of Park Street, you're not far from you at all.
50 feet.
Dude.
Yeah, we're like.
Yeah, you're like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you decide when to be open, right? I mean, we're small tasting rooms, we're downtown. Yeah. How do we decide how late to stay open? How this, how that?
Well, downtown is a lot of amazing restaurants we have, so we stay open to 9 or 10 sometimes. Like weekends especially, we open 5 days a week, Thursday through Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday by appointment only. But it pays to stay open late,
Yeah. What do you see tell me, because you've been there a while, Ray, what is downtown like these days? Who's coming down? Is it like people are they're coming out of shopping and they're tasting a little wine, or they're waiting for their LPC reservation or all the cool restaurants? How do you know how much bites to keep in your tasting room? Do you keep any, or no, they're just going to get bites everywhere else around you? Take me to what you've been noticing of like the last several years of downtown Paso.
Well, my situation's unique in the area that I'm in and the type of wines that I make, and more so Enrique than anything else, because for him to be so close in proximity, he makes something entirely different than everything that I make.
Yeah.
So when people ask for a suggestion, instead of them just guessing to go somewhere else, I automatically say Diablo Paso because, one, it's great wine, but then it's also something they're not going to replicate anything.
Yeah.
And my wines will be fresh in their mind, or his wines will be fresh in their mind, and then we just cross over, send the cork down with them. And so it's more of a situation where people will come looking for quality, people will come looking for good service, and it's not... We're not, a lot of other areas, it's like venture capitalist companies or corporations or big companies where they have, a format of how they're going to do things, and they kind of run them like a bank, where we're two guys who didn't get a big investment. We were just hardworking. We started from the mud, and we're here,
Yeah.
So I know one of the things that we met about and talked about all the time is that we didn't want the image of that just being a novelty where you can just taste some wine in Paso. When you come downtown, you're going to get a quality product that you're never going to forget. And that right there drew a lot of people, and it almost, it's like we made the restaurant scene hot also, because a lot more restaurants and speakeasies and things of those natures have available areas where they can come and make a small investment and have a great business operating there. So,
how do you maximize small spaces? Because both the spots aren't huge,
right?
But like you can put a lot of life and a lot of fun, a lot of vibes.
Right.
I've seen them go down in your place. You know what I mean? So like, what's the secret to maximizing space at a place like yours?
Functional art. You make something that look really cool by having the capacity of a lot of bottles, but then you also don't have to spend too much of your area for inventory, because you're actually displaying it while you have it there, and you strategically have an area for seating, and then what type of people or what type of situation or even depending on what day it is, I change my seating arrangements all the time.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I'm so curious, just like the type of randoms that you find. It's so exciting because like the downtown wine scene, it could be a couple on a date wandering in. It could be someone trying to kill a little time before whatever they got going next. Or maybe they're just straight nomadic wandering. They're just like, whoa, what's inside this store?
Right.
You must see that all the time.
Well, neither one of us have a bunch of signs all over the area. So we do we eat off of our reputation. And then not only that, a lot of people will just see the business and happen to walk in. And, you put yourself in a position to have one time to be impressive, to get somebody to sit down in there and taste. And you do meet people who are just walking, some people who have an anniversary. And so it's all kind of people. And you need to be a small amount of every one of those, you know?
Yeah.
So
when people come into Diablo Paso, Enrique, how does the tasting go down? Are some people just saying, hey, I just want a glass of wine, or we just want to open a bottle and sit over there? Or is it like, hey, walk me through the wines? I'm sure you do both. What do you see normally?
A lot of people want to have the tasting experience because a lot of them don't know much about Spanish varieties. They're like, oh my God, this wine is amazing. How can I never had it before? Because it's not allowed around, So they want to have the whole package. So we also do it by the glass, obviously, and some people just want a glass before dinner or after dinner. Yeah.
What are we drinking right now? Tell us what's in the El Nico.
El Nico is a blend of Garnacha, Mataro, Graciano, and Tempranillo. We just released this wine. Actually, this wine got a best red on the Central Coast wine competition.
Really?
Yeah.
The one that they just did?
Yeah. So we're the winery of the year. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're the winery of the year?
Yeah.
Did this get announced already? Did I miss this?
They announced already. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. That was a week ago, maybe. Yeah.
Well, winery of the year isn't tough because I know that it's based on how many wines that you put in. So how many did you put in?
I put 14 wines.
See, now that's even harder because that means they all got to do good.
Yeah, they all did really good. This guy got best red and Central Coast. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Central Coast Wine Competition.
Yeah.
And mind you, this is a competition that goes, what do they say, like 17 different counties? I mean, it's up Contra Costa, down to Ventura. Like, it's all over.
I love it. Yeah.
It's not just...
So I'm very, very happy.
I bet.
Yeah.
So tell me when you got that news, what that was like.
I was having lunch with my guys and I got the email and like, no way. I mean, I was super excited, super happy. I couldn't wait to tell everyone, but they're like, hey, we just want to let you know we're not going to announce until a week from now. So just keep it secret.
Oh, so you couldn't tell anyone?
No, I couldn't tell anyone until a week, until they do the announcements. But I'm like, man.
You tell your family though, right?
I did tell my family.
You gotta let that joy out somewhere.
It feels
pretty
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Winery of the year. They have those big barrels at the Mid-State Fairgrounds.
Yeah. So
put your name on one of those. It's awesome.
That's very good.
This one, so what did it get? Like a gold or double gold?
It got double gold and best of class. And like I say, they picked one of the reds to be the wine of the top wine. And this is the one. Yeah. I got the award. 97 points.
97 points. What does this go for in the tasting?
That's 52. Yeah. And Nico is my younger son, so I named the wine after my younger son, Nico. Yeah.
Now your other one's going to want an award-winning wine.
That's right.
To come after.
I got that pressure now.
So 14 different wines. What were some of the other type of wines you put in there?
I do 3 types of Albarino. So I have a regular Albarino with the traditional berries, very fresh, very slight. And I also have a reserve Albarino that I don't make every year. And I have a dessert Albarino, which is super fun, kind of like the Moscato Alegre style.
Yeah.
7% alcohol. That one actually got 99 points, which is pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I did Carignan.
Low alcohol too? What did you say?
7% only.
7%.
That's a dangerous wine, I say, because it's definitely sweet, but it's very nice and clean. It has great acid. So I picked those grapes in the early, around 22 bricks the most. And I started fermentation to control how much sugar and how much alcohol is going to be there.
When did you gonna have the eye to do some low alcohol wines?
I learned that from Martin Weyrich from Moscato.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Albarino has great acid, so I'm like, let's do something different. And I've been told for so many people that wine is something unique because, first of all, Albarino is always traditionally really dry and refreshing.
Yeah, right.
But that's a different style.
Do you put it in that same long neck bottle?
Yes, it's a tall one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you really do? That's great.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, because did Craig Reed call you and go, wow, nice bottle choice, brother?
We're good friends. I learned a lot from Craig.
Yeah, no doubt. That's so cool. Well, congratulations on Winer of the Year. That's incredible.
Thank you. Yeah.
So you're gonna be doing that big thing at the fair, right? That they have you out there and.
Yeah, I think it's July 17 or something like that.
Yeah. Good for you. Cool.
Yeah.
So 14, because like people will win Winery of the Year. Maybe they put in 7, 8 wines because the thing is they all got to perform good.
Yes.
And if they don't all perform good, that kind of lowers your chances of getting it. So the fact that you put 14 in,
that's right,
and still got Winer of the Year, that means every one of those wines,
they all did well.
Those judges loved it. That's great.
Yeah, very happy.
Cool, man. Yeah.
For a small brand, and being downtown. It's pretty unique because usually it's the big boys who get usually those kind of awards. But
Gary Eberle always said, Americans, we don't like silver medals. Like we want the gold, right?
We want the gold.
And that's why he always did competitions because like you go into the tasting room, see gold medals.
Yes.
People, they get turned on by that stuff. What have you noticed? Is it too early? Maybe it's too early. Have you noticed that the phone ringing a little more or things?
This wine is selling really quick.
Really?
Yeah. The day that we announced it, we had several people that were not even club members that just came to buy the wine.
Yeah.
Just like pretty unique.
And is this a club member wine or is this an everybody wine?
It's everyone but wine.
Wow.
I was thinking just take it off the menu and just put it members only, but let's sell it.
So when something like that happens, do you go, God, I don't know how many cases, I won't even ask you how many cases of this wine you make, but do you go, man, maybe we ramp it up. Maybe we try and make another, 500-600 cases of it. Maybe, or gosh, do we raise the price $4 a bottle?
I was thinking maybe raise a little bit because I did 160 cases of this wine.
Okay, well, wow.
Yeah,
very That's not limited. A lot.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So 52, what do you say? 50, 56?
Probably 56, 58.
Yeah. What do you think, Ray? 56? 58?
65.
But yeah, there we go.
Slow down.
I like it.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, it's just like...
He's right, though.
It's a fun blend, yeah.
What do you think of the premiumization of wine these days and past? So, I mean, you and I, we all three remember before a 100 bottle of wine was even a thing here. And now they're all over the place. There's plenty of ones that hit 80, 90, some of them are getting way up there. Not saying that nothing is worth it. I think if it tastes good and somebody is down to pay for it, I say go to town. The market will decide. But this premiumization is definitely happening here, isn't it, Ray?
Yeah, this has always been a community where everybody helps everybody. It's not a lot of competition here as much as it is. Everybody's looking to make a premium product and then bring everybody along. So one of the things I like about being able to send somebody downtown is to be able to go. I can send you to Diablo Paso, and really now the only bad thing about this blend is he doesn't have a Diablo Paso itself. I got one where I can send people to go get, almost 100-point wine. So, I think that more so out of anything, we all look out for each other. We all are in the window of bringing, rising a tide to bring up all the boats and, make premium products. And I think that in itself will just increase the quality of the product every year.
How did you kind of go to the whiteboard and look at okay, here's how I'm going to price my wine. And then here's how, because of, whatever, cost, premiumization, what the neighbors are doing, like, here's how I'm going to increase that price or try and see what I can fairly ask and also deliver a good quality bottle. How do you kind of do those conversations in the back rooms?
To be honest, if you would consider every one of your costs and then paying yourself, and your price would go up every year anyway, because it's always going to be something that you didn't remember. The shipping cost or the cost for glass or the cost for cork or paying yourself or any of those things. It's always going to be something that you forgot that would have bumped the price up a little bit. It's very rare that it's going to be too much more than 2% of a profit margin compared to, all of covering all of your cost and then just having a respectable wine that you'd be able to make every year financed by the one before.
Yeah.
So,
and then you have like aspects and dynamics of, and sure, people might be getting a little bit more conscious about it, but also I think it's a little bit, people trying to save a little bit of money, but like people trying to find the lightest glass they can. Right. I was talking to a person who does packaging. They're just like, it's almost like the thinnest glass is what's winning now. But I get it too thin. But shoot, back in the day, we remember like when those bunts were halfway up the bottle and the thing felt full when it was empty.
Right.
But kind of, do you worry about that, Enrique? Like, okay, how heavy is the glass? We got to ship this out. We got to do this. We got to do that.
Yeah, shipping is really expensive right now. This is the glass I use mostly. In this case, in this wine, I did most of the wine in this bottle, something like this, but I did a trial on the screw top.
Yeah.
And I really like the screw top. People was like, oh my God, screw top. It's so easy to open it. And it's everyday wine. So, corks are really expensive. This glass got pretty expensive too. But when you ship, it's like when you start thinking, I'm like, wow. Yeah. It really makes a big difference.
Yeah, some people, for a long time, the screw top was one of these things that, maybe winemakers didn't know or wine owners, they wouldn't know. Are people going to associate it with, not as high-end quality? Well, we know that some great world-class wines are under Stelvins or screw caps. So when you find out that this is the wine that did so well, yet it's not the silk screen bottle, it's not the big expensive cork or the foil, it was the Stelvin and like the lighter, smaller bottle. What were you? What goes through your head?
I love the blend, but I was not expecting this wine to get the score. It's like when I found out, like, wow, El Nico did this. That's amazing. And 23 is just an amazing vintage, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just like 23s are solid. This wine, basically I bottled it a month before I sent it to the competition. But yeah.
That make you a little nervous? You're like, God, it's only been in bottle a month.
Exactly. It's supposed to get better. Yeah.
Let's try one of these Indiginé wines. And then I can't wait for the new brand. Looking good with that silkscreen bottle. I've always been so intrigued, as I'm sure everyone is, who sees your label. Talk about the label of Indiginé and the significance.
All right. So the label, to describe it where, if you can't see it, it's person with taking its face off, and there's grapes inside of the face.
It's artistic. It's not like a Stephen King novel or anything.
And it literally was...
It's artistic.
2008 when we started this label. At that time, my daughter was 4 years old. And
what a time to start anything, then.
Yeah, right. And it's Sunday. I'm getting ready to take off, and she's waiting at the door for me with a bunch of questions, and one of them was when I was going to be back. And usually as a bottler, you leave on Sunday and you get back Friday evening. And I'm explaining to her that realistically, we're going to take the week to work on everybody else's wine. But by Friday evening and Saturday will be the only time that we have to work on our own wines. So I may not be back till Saturday, which made her really upset. And when she went and told her mom, that's all Dad thinks about is grapes and wine. That's all that's in his head. So we wrote the stick man with a big head, and he had all these grapes in it. And a buddy of mine was a digital artist, and he made this picture out of the picture that I still have on my refrigerator right now. Yeah. So it was literally just my kid being upset because I wasn't coming home till Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good story.
But the symbolism is very, it's very weighty.
Yeah.
And it really gets to your mind kind of going, like when you look at his logo, that label, like what do you think? What do you feel? It evokes.
We tried to make it really provoking, thought-provoking, futuristic kind of. The clavicles, where they are, how high they were, make it kind of futuristic but feminine. You can't really tell if it's a man or a woman.
Good point.
There's a lot of signals in this that have a lot more to do with just me not coming home.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be able to make a statement with it, and that's where it is.
And it became like the brand for the whole thing.
There was a lot of people saying, it really has nothing to do with the label, so it's not a great idea because it has nothing to do with the marketing. And one, it was free, and then two, it was my kid, So I just said, that's going to be the red wine, and that's where we are.
I love
and
it.
It's been there forever. Yeah.
Indigené. And the whole name, what is the significance of that?
So along with because of the bottling, again, we usually have a regular menu, and then the reserve side will be like all cabs or all Syrahs, and right now it's all Pinots. And there'll be from 5 or 6 different areas. It'll be the same exact clone of Pinot, but it's to show how weather patterns and soil composition in Santa Lucia Highland will be different than Etna Valley, will be different than Santa Rita Hills, and to show how wines will be bigger or more Burgundian style, lighter, more fruit forward, and easier to manipulate depending on the area. And it shows what wines are native to what areas or indigenous.
That's so cool. So you will actually seasonally switch out the different wines you're tasting.
Yeah.
And often they'll all be similar varieties.
The same wine.
They're the same wine.
Yeah,
and right now we're doing Pinot.
Right now we're in Pinots, yeah.
So tell me where you got your Pinots from. Like, where are you doing your Pinots from?
Like I said, one was Santa Lucia Highland.
Okay. So all those are all your Pinots.
Right. And then
Santa Rita Hills.
One Santa Rita Hills,
Etna,
because Etna Valley is a transverse mountain range that makes them really unique. Santa Rita Hills is rich in diatomaceous earth, so that gives Pinot a different effect. Santa Cruz Mountains are more of a calcium-rich soil, but a lot of volcanic soil also that makes it different. Santa Lucia Highland is kind of like the Templeton Gap, where even though it's almost 14 miles from the coast, it has this geographical phenomenon of where this valley's cut in there, and the marine layer will make it at 60 degrees at 10 o'clock, but it'll be 90 degrees at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then 60 degrees again at 5 o'clock, which is great for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay.
And it's fun to see a Paso winemaker see their fingerprints all over these different types of grapes and even places. And they're coming to Paso to try, Ray's interpretation of these incredible different grapes. That's really neat. I love that. So right now in the tasting room, Pinot.
Right.
How fun.
Right.
And how long will that go for?
We're almost ready to change again, and I think that's going to be Cabernet. And then those will be, again, a couple of unique areas where the Cabernets are different.
Yeah.
We don't go as far north as that. We try to keep it Central Coast.
Yeah. How many different wines do you make?
I make 11, but it seems like it's a lot more because I'll have 6 of one varietal on the menu.
Got it.
So,
and then do people come in there? Same kind of thing I asked Enrique. Like, are people going, "Hey, you got a Pinot? I'd love a glass of Pinot." Or do a lot of folks say, "Hey, I want to dive into all these."
Right. Well, it all depends. Some people are aficionados like that. Some people want to be able to talk about every one of the wines, and I'll go as far as when I'm there, talking to them about what type of wines they like, and then make them their own menu instead of what it is, you know, just to like keep it in the lighter side. Or, and then some people are just aficionados, and I'll talk to them about the type of Pinots that they buy or the type of Pinots that they like, and then I have an idea of which one's more Burgundian, which one's heavier, which one's bigger, which one has the brightest fruit, or, you know, so it's just your knowledge and what you think your translation of what they will appreciate is.
Well, before we get into the Cavadas, I want to ask Enrique, what are you kind of noticing downtown? What are some of the more exciting things that you've seen happen to downtown Paso in the last, several years?
Well, downtown, like I say, we do have a lot of great restaurants, and there is always events in downtown, like the Main Street and the Chamber are doing amazing things to bring people to downtown. So, and we're right by the park, so we get a piece of everyone. It's been great. Yeah, like, for example, the lights at the holidays, it brings so many people to see the lights, and they want wine. They want to drink.
Yeah, I've been seeing that January 1st and New Year's.
Yeah.
I think it's so much fun.
Yeah.
You got thousands of people out there.
Yeah.
Even in the rain.
Exactly.
A ton of people came out last year.
So it's been great. Downtown Paso is definitely alive pretty much every day now. I mean, even during the week, it's always people around. It's great.
And so that new Charlie Palmer rooftop thing at the Piccolo, that was rad.
Right.
Selena.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I mean, there's restaurants that I haven't even been to yet. You know, like you're seeing so many different things popping up downtown that are just so incredible. You have any favorites down there, Ray?
I mean, I know all the business owners, so they're all my favorite. I go from one to another. It's always a new experience. The menus change often, and I just want to be deep into the community and go everywhere.
Yeah. So. Do you make time to go, like, you know what, like, I mean, you're right near Unagi's, Enrique. Yeah. Like, I mean, I love their sushi. You know what I mean? Do you make time and kind of go, I got to get in there. I got to go into, yada, 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 or whatever.
Everyone, because eventually they all end up at your tasting room.
Right.
So it's kind of like you go back and forth, and you want to be able to see Eric, or you want to be able to see guys who are business owners, and we all work hard. And if we don't visit each other literally at work, sometimes we'll never see each other.
How often are you in the tasting room?
I'm probably there 2 days, 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? You still in the tasting room a little bit?
Yeah, during the week, usually. During the weekend, I'm sorry. So I like to show up and help my staff, and that's the best way to sell wine, Like when the winemaker is there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's so cool about Paso.
The winemaker owners and our customers always like, well, we open whatever we want, all right?
Yeah, so right? I don't have to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me about this wine, Cavadas.
Cavadas, yeah. So it's 100% Tannat. Tannat is the international grape of Uruguay. It originated in the south of France, and when the immigrants left and went to Uruguay, they took Tannat with them. It actually grows better and is produced better there.
Wow.
But it's one of those unique ones that it's really good in Paso Robles because of the weather patterns in certain areas where microclimates where it goes really good. A lot of people focused on doing it for blends, and I even made Tannat for a couple of guys before, and it tastes like a blend, but it just seems like I could do so much more with it. And Cavadas is a new label, a new project, and I want to be able to do something that would challenge me. And wines like these, you don't have to come in and do a bunch of brand new oak. You can make this wine amazing with a bunch of different things. The difference in yeast, the difference in barrel program. So,
what makes you go, okay, I want in a whole new, because you got to search for the Instagram handle or, all the different T's that you got to cross and I's you got to dot. When do you go, oh, this doesn't really belong in the Indigené portfolio? I just don't find it. It has its own identity. It might be a bigger lunge and a bigger stride to do it, but I'm going to do it.
I want to be challenged.
Yeah.
I want to be challenged still. I'm around a bunch of artists, like high-functioning artists, and I want to be right in the middle of that community. I want to be able to see what I could do in this business. And, so each one of us have our name on the back of these labels. And, it represents everything. It represents how good I am at cleaning my house or how good I am at balancing my checkbook. It's my lifestyle and the way that I am. So, it belongs.
I like that.
Yeah.
How do people get this wine?
Cavadas is newly released. So right now, it's just at the tasting room. It has an online presence, but it's just at the tasting room. So.
And is there just one?
It's one right now.
Just the Tannat.
Yeah, I have two more in barrel.
Really?
But they still have another.
What are those?
Another Petit Verdot and Cabernet Franc.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
All single 100%?
All single varietals, yeah.
Wow. Tell me about the Cab Franc.
Cab Franc is one of those super left bank, flowery type Bordeaux varietals that are great, but you could also make them 2 or 3 different ways depending on your barrel program, depending on the type of yeast and macerations that you do, whole clusters and things of that nature. So I'm excited about that because there's so many different ways to make Chardonnay and Expressen. There's a lot of different ways to make Cabernet Franc and Expressen. Okay. And I can't wait to show my patterns and then my translation of the art of Cabernet Franc.
That's so true. Like you think of people who do like the, like the carbonic and it's, you can kind of put in the fridge a little bit, kind of Cab Franc.
Right.
Or, you're right. There's a lot of different ways you can do Cab Franc, huh?
Right.
Yeah. I'm curious, Enrique Torres, what you think of this Tannat.
I love the nose. It's super nice.
It's a really, really pretty wine. Cavadas. And I love the silk screen and like the way you do the A. Like it's a sharp looking label.
Yeah.
It's beautiful wine. Thank you.
Yeah. And did you tell me that definition on the air or did you tell me off the air?
off there.
Oh yeah, tell me. Let's talk about the name.
So Cavadas is back in the day when I was younger. Sly Stone, Michael Jackson, all those guys, the cool guys, had the big afros. So in school, if you were cool, you had a big afro. My parents were super strict, man. My parents were hardliners, man, and we weren't doing that. We had the Cavadas, which was the short kept, like super low haircut, and it was a significant part in my life because I did everything to try to not be that.
Really? So there was other, you were trying to kind of be a little counterculture,
Right.
And obviously, like, who didn't idolize these people like Michael Jackson, Sly the Family Stone, right? The whole thing. Oh, that's so good. I love that story. And the whole, like, the bottle looks sharp. It looks smooth. I like it.
Right.
The logo looks good.
Right. We went over that font 15 different times, and
tough decisions, huh?
Yeah.
You're just like they're like very minimally different, and you're just like you can't make up your mind.
Right. I love it, but to be honest, I mean, I'm great at winemaking. I got a crew of people who make decisions like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm smart just to keep them in front of that and make those decisions, and I just stand back.
Let's taste this Tempranillo, sir, and tell me about how, while I'm pouring some, Enrique, how we can taste at Diablo Paso.
So our tasting room is open Thursday through Monday, and you can make an appointment as you like, but we take walk-ins all the time, so we never say no to anyone. So we have a patio as well, so you can come anytime. Yeah.
How'd this wine do?
This wine is my favorite.
Is it?
Yes, Tempranillo is my favorite variety. This is my reserve one. 2019, I use New American oak, only New American oak, let it age at least 26 to 38 months in it. And I do about 3 barrels of this only. So this is it's my baby. Yeah.
This is your baby.
Traditional Rioja style. Yeah.
How did this do in the Central Coast Wine Competition?
I didn't submit this one, but it did amazing. Sansa International, it went best Tempranillo, best of class.
Nice.
Yeah, 98 points. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How do people taste the beautiful wines of Indigené, sir?
We're open Thursday to Sunday, Mondays by appointment, and like I said, you could do for reservations. We kind of just do that to control the crowds because it can get really crowded in there sometimes. But most of the time, you're able to just walk in. We don't turn anybody away either. And it's usually someone just walking through the alley and just want to find something unique to do and have a good taste. And we're happy to just sit down and accommodate them.
Ray, what do you think of this Tempranillo?
I love it. Good, this guy kills it. I mean, he's right down. I like the idea of being able to not even worry. I could just say, go right down there to Enrique, and he just makes me look good every time. Every time. I love it.
Same. Go see Ray.
Yeah.
Neighbors. I mean, this is what like being neighbors is like in downtown Paso.
But it's perfect because it's not the same wines at all. None of them are the same. You're not going to taste anything the same. And I make a lot of different wines. But
you sure you're not making Tempranillo, Ray?
I probably going to be Covanas here. I just do good by being able to give somebody a great experience and then say, now that you finished and you had some French fries from next door, go right down here, take this cork, sit down, and let this guy give you the experience that you really need to have. And I could be confident about that.
Well, now that downtown is evolving and you're seeing a lot more of the big names down there, it is so cool to see two just like OG names that are doing it, independent and just killing it, winning awards. I mean, congrats again, Winery of the Year.
Thank you.
Diablo Paso, that's so exciting. Indigené, both these stories. Again, I love finding these stories like yours. They're so different, but then they're so the same in many ways too. And that's just so Paso. It's exciting. It's rad.
It's the way to be.
Yeah.
It's great industry to be. Yeah.
Appreciate you both. Thanks for sharing where wine takes you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Cheers.
it.
Really fun chat, gentlemen. Love it.
All right.
Beautiful.
Just give me that moonshine, we'll get by. We pass on round till the job is done. Camped out in the trees, we'll simplify good company.
Well, that is the good stuff right there. Big thanks to Ray Smith of Indiginé Cellars, also Enrique Torres of Diablo Paso. Again, two very different men, two very different cellar journeys, two very different wine programs now. But man, you can feel the same current running through both of them. So get downtown. Go see Enrique at Diablo Paso. Go see Ray at Indiginé Cellars. Bring a friend, ask questions, taste something you don't normally taste, and enjoy yourself. Cheers. Let me know what you think about it. All right, coming up, switching gears to our Travel Paso Spotlight. This one is all about the 4th of July in Paso. And look, don't get me wrong. I love me a complicated wine dinner. I love multi-course pairing. I love when someone tells me that the sauce has been reducing since Tuesday. But sometimes you just need a big-ass park, a blanket, some food vendors, a bunch of kids burning off that red, white, and blue energy, and a fireworks show that makes everybody look up at the same time. And that's this. The city of Paso, in partnership with our friends at Travel Paso, hosting the annual 4th of July celebration. Again, of course, Saturday, July 4th, 4 to 10 p.m. at Barney Schwartz Park, Union Road. Admission completely free, and the fireworks set to go off a little after 9. And this thing is a big one. More than 10,000 people expected. Plenty of room to get yourself around, to park here or there. This is one of those Paso nights where you're going to see neighbors, friends, families, visitors, probably someone you know from a tasting room, at least one dad who's absolutely too confident about where he parked. You're going to see it all. This is fun. And then there's some live entertainment. There's some food vendors. There's activities for kids, a fun zone that runs from 4 to 9. So check out July 4th, Barney Schwartz Park. And the 4th of July will never be the same once you do a Paso style. And for all the details, for parking, maps, timing, what to bring, what to expect, what to wear, remember, wear your layers. Head to travelpaso.com or the City of Paso Robles event page. We will put the links in the show notes. Travel Paso, obviously your go-to for planning this whole thing, where to stay, where to sip, where to eat, and what's happening while you're here, because that's the move. Come for the wine, stay for the town, and look up when the sky lights up this weekend. All right, that is going to do it for this one. Man, I loved this convo today. Big thanks again to Ray Smith of Indiginé, Enrique Torres of Diablo Paso. Where Wine Takes You, recorded at SLO CAL Studios in the heart of San Luis Obispo County, California. SLO CAL, where the wine is world class, the people are real, and life is too beautiful to rush. Returns well taken. Visit slocal.com. That's SLOCAL.com. Where Wine Takes You is executive produced by Joel Peterson and Paso Wine. Associate producer is Krista Smith. The podcast recorded, edited, produced by yours truly. Original music on the show is called Good Company. It's performed by Moonshiner Collective. You could stream them wherever you get your music. Also learn more, moonshinercollective.com. And hey, more on me. You could check out my daily radio podcast show, Up and Adam. Also The Pour, got it all there. Go to adammontiel.com and hit that connect tab while you're there. Say hey. I love hearing from you, answering your questions, helping with Paso Rex, finding out where your last great glass took you. We had some listeners, Lee and Amy Graves, who were visiting. And what I loved about what they said is they hit all these places up and they did it right. We were going in correspondence, I mean, even months before, asking questions and stuff. And then when they came out here, we would go back and forth a little bit. And then I think it was Amy who emailed me and was like, one of our favorite times was just going back, doing a little, just like kind of chilling, you know, going back to the house where they rented and just maybe hitting up one little tasting room and just doing our own thing. I loved that. I love people really finding their own ways to make this feel like home for them. So get to adammontiel.com, hit that connect tab. Let me know when you're coming out again or what's on your mind, an idea you have for a show. Let's make this a back and forth thing. What do you say? All right. I want to thank you for connecting here. And that is rating, reviewing, subscribing. It all helps. It all does a lot. But just for you listening, telling a friend about what we're doing here and sharing it, it means a lot. So in advance, thank you very, very much. I am your host, Adam Montiel. And I say, let's close this one with a toast to the ones who build it from the mud. Like Ray said, the ones who start with a dream, a barrel, a bottling line, a label sketched on a napkin, and enough stubborn belief to open the door again tomorrow. To Ray, to Enrique, to downtown Paso, to the small rooms with big, big soul, and to the glass that reminds us that the best stories aren't always out in the vineyard. Sometimes they're 50 feet apart, waiting for you to walk in and find out. Where wine takes you.
Give me that moonshine, we'll get by, we pass all around till the job is done. Camped out in the trees that will simplify good company. Give me that moonshine, get by. We can pass on down till the job is done. Camped out in the trees that will simplify good company. Give me that moonshine, we'll get by. We can pass on down till the job is done. Camped out in the trees that will simplify good company. Give me that moonshine, we'll get by. We can pass on round till the job is done. Camped out in the trees that will simplify good company.